everyone, and welcome back to the Walking Dead series by The Verdict's Inn. I'm your host, Nicole.
I'm Gary.
And today we're talking about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 15, The Tower. This is going to be the season finale for the time being. Hopefully you guys listened to our instant cast Sunday night and kind of got a little idea of what our immediate thoughts were. But now that we've watched it a second time, Gary, has your opinion changed since Sunday?
No, it hasn't. I still love Princess. I still kind of sort of love the episode.
All right.
You know, that's strong. That's strong. Let me go back on that.
Uh-huh.
I sort of kind of like the episode.
Kind of like the episode.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's strong. That's
gosh.
strong. It was okay.
All right. I will have to actually say I enjoyed the episode a little bit better the second time than I did the first. And it's possibly it was on me that I didn't enjoy it as much Sunday night, because I know watching it the second time, I was like, oh shit, it showed that they were at the hospital. And I remember at the end when Beta gets to the hospital, I was like, how do you go there? Like, what does that have to do with anything? And I realized, oh, they're at the hospital.
I still don't understand how he knew they were at the hospital.
Yeah, that part I still don't quite get. Maybe you just have to watch it a third time, because this shit, there was some weird shit going on, and when weird shit goes on, I kind of like just kind of zone out, because even now I noticed the second time he was like hearing voices like lead the way, like what? It was like weird. Like he was hearing, I don't know if it was supposed to be like the alpha's voice still telling him what to do, and if that is their case that they're going with, like Alpha is the one that led him to the hospital, like that's just going too far into, you know, what's like fiction and stuff, you know.
And that's okay. What you mean too far into fiction?
It's just too much.
Only thing I thought about this episode is everybody's on that Carol.
Yeah. You know what? That's so funny you said that. 'Cause I was like, man, who else is on drugs on this episode? Because I was thinking that too. Like, is he on drugs? Maybe is that what's going on?
Yeah, The Walking Dead has really been pumping it this season.
Yeah,
they've been pushing the addict.
They have. That is their thing. But I mean, I don't know. They haven't shown us Carol, you know, doing the drugs lately. So,
but that was this season, right?
Yeah, that was the season. That was the second half as well. Or no, it was the first half.
It was the first half.
Yeah.
And then the second half, somebody gave it to Michonne.
Yeah. You guess you're right. There has been some drugs, a lot of drugs in this season. Whether it's taken, you know, with their consent or without their consent, it's been some drugs.
It's gotta be consented without their consent.
And well, did Michonne take the drugs on her own, or no, she was drugged. All right.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get straight into our likes. I will say my love for Princess, Juanita Princess, has grown. I absolutely love this lady. I cannot wait to continue seeing her on The Walking Dead.
Right.
I don't know anything about the comic I know she's part of the comic, so I don't know if she's like only in a few episodes of the comic or just one, like a couple. But she's just a breath of fresh air, and I just can't wait to continue seeing her and getting to know her.
And it's about time.
Yeah.
We've been wanting a new character for so long. Someone that still had that Negan-ish presence. Because Negan was a pretty cool character when we first met him.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't really have the Negan-ish presence.
No, I mean, just that type of, just a character like that.
Okay.
A character that stands out.
Yes, yeah.
Because when we met Negan, his character just stood out.
Yeah, you wanted to hate him, but it was like, he was just so funny. And
right.
So.
And we haven't had a character like that since.
Right.
We thought we were going to get that character with Alpha.
Yeah.
But her character was just blah.
Blah. All right, so one of the things that Princess said when they're like looking at her, are you a threat or whatever? And she's like, if I want to shoot you, I hold my gun this way. But this way means, hey, like, oh, she was just so funny. And it just instantly, like, that charisma that you have, you can't, like, this role, she was made for this role. Like, not anyone could play this part. You couldn't put another person in this and it get that same vibe, I don't think. You know, who knows if it was a different actress, if we would have felt the same way. I think this lady here is perfect.
She is.
I loved it instantly when she was saying that. And her name is Paula Lazaro. And the only few things I've seen her in, or not, I haven't seen her in anything, but when I was looking at what things she's been in, she was in the Wu-Tang TV series. She did an episode of that. And
I've seen that series.
Yeah, I know you have. So I was like, oh, Gary, I wonder if you would recognize her. And then she also did the Lethal Weapon TV series. She was like in 7 episodes of that.
Oh, haven't seen it.
Yeah. A few other things, but just small time. Like it looks like she just started acting in 2015, so not that long. So very, very proud of her that she's on the biggest show on television. So that's pretty impressive. All right. And then when she started like kind of figuring out or trying to talk herself into if these people were real. She's like, am I hallucinating? I don't even know because I never hallucinated before. Is this how it feels like? And it was funny, at least to me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate, because do you ever or have you ever in real life ever pinched yourself or wondered
no.
Never?
No.
You have never wondered, am I real? Is this real life? Is this real?
No.
You never. Gary be lying. Gary always says he never did this and never experienced that. He even says he never talks to himself. Who doesn't talk to themselves?
I don't.
Okay. All right, Gary. Well, personally, I have done that several times. I mean, probably did it just last week. Am I really here? Is this world really
I see you talk
real?
to yourself a lot.
I mean, I talk to myself all the time. But with her hallucinating.
Full-blown conversations.
Conversations and all. I'm my favorite person to talk to. Who's your best friend, Nicole? Nicole. She agrees with everything I say, But with her talking about the hallucinating, it was just real because I'm yes, I felt that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have wondered, is this, is this a simulation, and is this real? So I liked that. I liked her saying that.
It was funny.
Yeah. And then when she kind of threw the shade, we talked about it on the instant cast, but when she threw the shade at Ezekiel, and she's like, well, because I think Minka.
Well, she wasn't throwing shade at him.
No, she wasn't. But it was shade. But it was funny. Yeah, because
I don't think it was shade, but it was just her honest opinion.
Well, not only that, I think either right before then. No, it was not right before then. It was later on when they were discussing if they were gonna work with her or not. Eugene refers to Ezekiel as the king. He's like the king or something. He refers to him as the king. So I thought it was funny that people are still actually referring to Ezekiel as the king, despite what she just said, saying queen would make me sound old and pretentious, and it was funny because then they just
Ezekiel is the king.
Yeah, he's still the king. He's still the king. Now, I kind of tweeted that I didn't like this, but I liked Princess once again debating with herself if she should do it or not. And that's when she's talking about giving them her gun. When Minka's if you want to come with us, you got to give us your gun. And she's like, but wait, what if I give my gun? I could at least take out probably 2 of them. Then that one would kill me. So then I would still be at ground zero because it was just once again think the thoughts that she should be having internally and quietly in her brain, she was actually having out loud, and it was funny.
I thought it was funny because when she said I could take 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then she said Eugene and kill her.
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, Eugene would be the one to kill her. It's no.
Hold on. That'd probably be the first one you kill.
Right.
You overestimate him.
Yep. Yeah. Which shows you, you never judge a book by its cover. Maybe she's looking at Ezekiel, who's this guy with dreads? He can't take me, And then Eugene kind of looks a little buff, so she's probably man, he's probably the strong one. But Minka, whatever, she's probably
Minka was getting on my damn nerves.
Minka was a real, this episode. And it was why? You being extra for no reason.
Yeah, she was doing too much.
Literally, you were in Princess's shoes literally just last season. Just a few months ago, girl. Do you not remember you needed to be saved? You were pretty much alone with your little girl.
Extra rude for no reason.
For no reason. And I don't like when they all did. And we seen Alden do it when he act brand new, he's been with the group forever. Now Minka is acting like we can't take no new people. We can't trust them. Bitch, you knew. We just met you. What are you talking about? So, yeah, I didn't like how she was acting at
You just got your membership.
Yes. We barely just let you start, looking at the premises and, being on guard and everything like that.
Going on missions with us.
Right.
In fact, y'all were just stealing from us.
Just stealing from us. Just last week. Come on now. Now, okay, so let me go over a few more likes, and then I got some dislikes here. Daryl teaching Judith how to track. I actually really liked that. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was kind of
It was.
Uncle Daryl Although I'm surprised, and we kind of talked about on the instant cast, that Judith didn't tell him like what her mom found and everything like that. But I like where they're going with it. Like she's gonna learn how to do what Daryl does.
I'm surprised with the threat being as big as it is. If you have to hide in a hospital, why would you take Judith with you?
Well, aren't they all there? Like the Oceanside people?
No, I'm saying when you're going out to track, you could teach her how to track it when it's like after war times.
Right, right.
You are putting her in a dangerous position.
I just still don't understand like how they got to that hospital and how who found them at that hospital, or did Alden and them snitch? Did Alden and them tell them where they were? Not snitch, but maybe they were tortured or whatever.
I wonder when the hospital became part of the plan.
Yeah, like
did we miss a couple episodes?
That's why I was like, wait, I'm lost. Like, how did we get here? Did I miss something? And then even seeing them have pets there, it seems like it would be a little irresponsible. I mean, the cat was quiet, but a dog could start barking at any moment. And
I think, that's how they got caught.
Oh, shit.
The cat.
But is that how they got caught? I was just going to say that dog is Daryl's dog, actually, now I think about it.
Right, but the cat, remember, the cat led the way.
No, is that what happened?
I think so. Remember in the woods when they were walking straight, the cat walked by him, and they started looking at the cat, and Beta's voices in his head start talking to him.
Oh,
and he started following the cat.
Okay, so he just followed a random cat and said, hopefully this is where...
You know, the cat always got to go home.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mess with cats.
Okay, that's where we missed it. Because I'm like, I don't understand how they found them. Okay.
Well, yeah, now that you mentioned like pets and being irresponsible.
yeah. Well, I forgot Daryl had a dog. Cause I was like, what the hell is that dog doing there? Like, that's irresponsible, but okay, that makes sense. I forgot about the dog. All right, and then Kelly and Carol, I didn't really care for their conversation. I didn't hate it, but I'm just like so tired of the Carol going around making her apologies to everybody. Like, save your apologies for someone who cares, because it doesn't
save
do
your
anything.
Apology for somebody that believe you.
Yeah, someone that believes that you won't do that shit again.
Apology. Remember, she told Daryl she would do it again.
Yeah.
And that's when she blew up the little tunnel.
Yep. And what did you say when we were watching it about when Kelly was like being so forgiving?
I can't remember. What was I saying?
He was like, I'm tired.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, we're not gonna go there. Okay, we're not gonna go there. All right. And then the thing that really got to me, like my last, like I'll say that like really actually like kind of almost made me tear up just a little bit, was when Princess at the end, when she was telling, like after she took him on that bogus ass mission, which we'll get to, and she was just like, I'm sorry, I just didn't want to be alone. Like, you know, when I started off alone, I realized like I was hoping for people to come, but then I realized, well, even if they don't, it's not going to be any different than like real world right now, you know?
Well, and see, it's not going to be any different from the world she was already accustomed to.
Yes.
And not like right now, it's before this happened.
No, that's what I mean. I meant like before the zombie apocalypse. Because like even taking our situations that we're all in right now, like so many people are in quarantine, so many people are alone, but then there are a lot of people that are like, oh, this is no different than before the quarantine, you know?
Right.
This is not different. So I kind of thought of that, and it just made me sad, because she, like the emotion that she had when she delivered those lines, and even when she was saying, like, I think she said her mom or someone told me that you're a hard person to love, like, that was cruel.
Yeah, that was sad.
That was cruel. Why would you say that to somebody, even if it was true? We all know someone that's like, how does somebody love you?
Why would a parent say that?
Why would a parent say that to someone? That is wrong. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I teared up on that because I was like, that's real.
Different. Maybe she was different before this. Well, we already know she said she was a loner, but maybe this has always been her right here.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that are like not weird, but like different personalities, and you know, like we all have someone that we either knew, maybe it's not a family member, maybe it's a coworker, and you're like, who do they go home to? Like maybe they're annoying, maybe they're this. Like I don't know. Think of the character Dwight from The Office. Like it's like we loved him, you know, because we're watching, but it's like who can love that person?
But the sad part about this is I see a lot of people dislike people that's always happy.
Yep. Now that's another thing.
If someone's happy, has a good personality, always chipper,
yep.
people always side-eyeing them.
Right.
Why they always so happy?
Right. Like, what's wrong with being happy? But then sometimes maybe that personality is just a lot for some people. It's like,
overbearing.
Or if it's just exhausting, maybe.
I guess so.
You know?
Well, yeah, I guess it can be to some people.
Anything of too much can be exhausting.
I guess it could be to a miserable person.
No, I mean, even if someone was, like, I don't know, super nice.
Happy Monday. What's so good about this Monday? I hate you.
I don't know. I think anything too much of any personality can be somewhat annoying, you know? Think of the show we've been watching, Dave, in The Hype Man. You know, he's hype, he's having a good time, and people are getting annoyed by him, you know? Yeah. And he's like not doing anything wrong, but there is something being too much. We're like, you just calm the fuck down. So
right.
That's all. All right, so those are all my likes. I'm guessing you don't have any more. So now
any more? I didn't.
You didn't have any.
I didn't have any.
All right.
I only had Princess.
Yeah, Princess is everything.
Yeah, she was everything for this episode. I guess that's what made me think I love this episode. But outside of her, it was just
yeah, I agree.
It was just some terrible stuff happening. Like, I still don't understand why they stayed back.
Yeah, because I paid attention a little bit better this time, and they're like, okay, they're heading to, and I was thinking, how do you know, like, they just left the premises? How do you know they're heading exactly to Oceanside? But he's like, that's like if someone's going on I-85 and you're like, they're headed this way. How? Like, they're on 85. There's so many stops that we can go along the way.
So 85, like, they're heading to the city. Right. They're heading to Atlanta.
Like, how do you know for sure? So there's like hundreds of stops ahead. But yeah, when they said, okay, they're headed to Oceanside, you know, we'll hang tight, but follow them to see if they change path and let you know. And I mean,
so are they not at Oceanside?
It doesn't look like they're at Oceanside, because he was like, Aaron was like, just like we expected, they're heading to Oceanside. We'll let you know if they change path.
But it's like, how did they know about Oceanside?
Mm-hmm. Well, Dante, I'm guessing, like we said.
Have we ever seen Dante go to Oceanside?
No, but he must have known about it.
See, one thing about bringing somebody new into the community, you can't really show them everything off the bat.
Right. Which they kind of were, like, when we first got to Alexandria, when our group first got there, remember, they were being nice to him. They weren't letting him know everything. They were kind of keeping their guard up a little, even though
they were.
You know, they weren't fighters, but they did keep their guard up a little. All right. So one thing I didn't like, mainly Minko or whatever, talking all her shit, but she was like, we're just not going to follow Princess blindly, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, of course. And then literally that's exactly what they go do. They follow her blindly. I'm like, okay, y'all mad at Princess for getting you this situation. You guys are the one that literally followed her blindly. Like, when she said, okay, follow me closely and watch your step, I'm like, hold up. What you mean watch our step? Like, I would ask questions.
Because like, see, I told you I didn't trust her.
Yeah.
She's about to do something.
This is exactly what I knew was going to happen. Like, this is exactly what you knew was going to happen, Mingo. Come on. All right. And then it's a small dislike, but I'm going to have to say it because it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen on this show.
What's that?
Weirder than Virgil. There was a black whisper. Now they've done gone too far, Gary. They've done gone too far. Like when they were in Alexandria, I looked at that whisper closely. And I said, wait, is that Whisper? And he's supposed to be like Beta's secondhand man. He's not even just a Whisper. He's like a chief. You know, he's like a lieutenant. And it was a black Whisper. He's like, yeah, we'll go find. I'm like, no, dude, what are you doing there? This is not possible.
This is not you, man.
This is not you. What you doing, dude?
This is not your life.
I was just like, that's some bullshit, but okay. All right.
I think that everyone's a part of all these groups. They're somewhat an outcast in some way. I mean, they may not be, or they may have been alone, and Alpha found them, and now they're just ride or die. So they could have been loners, but they were probably like social misfits, period. Now it's their chance to cover it. Because I think, like, let's take Beta, for instance. You know, he had a good career, but his career probably was on the downside. People are calling him legend now.
Right.
He's playing at a bar that holds probably like 10 people now. So he's probably ashamed of his life. or ashamed of where his life has gone to. We seen him before in a rehab.
Yeah. I
So
think that's where Alpha met him.
so maybe hiding his face, he's probably ashamed of something, and it just means something to him just to have his face covered.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess I'm explaining it right. You see where I'm going with it?
Yeah. He. It's not that he's covering his face necessarily because he's a celebrity. He's covering his face because he's like a. I don't want to use the word disgraced, but somewhat.
No, he's ashamed.
Ashamed.
He's probably ashamed of how everything turned out.
Okay.
So it's more of hiding something within. It's probably hiding his face. Probably represents something deeper.
Okay.
And that could be the way of a lot of the whisperers. Maybe they're ashamed of something they did in their past. Maybe they can't look at themselves. You know, when you do something, you're like, man, I can't even look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
So it's easier to cover your face. So I was saying maybe something deeper in that. And
no, that's good. I like that. Because I was thinking about when Daryl had joined those Claim people. And you saw how quickly he like acclimated to that group. He started doing Claim and all that shit that they were doing. And
yeah.
So as crazy as the Whisperers sound, like I could see someone like a Daryl have joined the Whisperers early enough if he had met them, or someone that didn't have anyone else. So it's not really always just about only the people that are necessarily ashamed. It could be about people that are lost that just have no one else, and they're like, I'd rather be this than be alone.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that with some of the people. But when you have somebody like Beta, who, he really didn't have to be alone, or he didn't have to join them because he's just so strong anyway.
Right.
There's something deeper there. And then he feels like he's not a leader.
Yeah, because he was about to kill somebody this episode for them calling him Alpha.
Right.
Again.
So he needs that person to follow.
Okay. Well, I think that is all for our likes and dislikes. We appreciate you guys listening this episode.
I have one more dislike.
Okay.
I'm tired of people getting crept up on. I'm tired of the sneaky people in the woods. Mm-hmm. Tiptoeing around in the woods.
Somehow tiptoeing. Everyone's a tracker because no one's getting caught, sneaking around.
Everybody's a ninja.
Yeah.
They're gliding on leaves, coming out trees and stuff. I don't like that. Are you telling me you didn't hear nobody surround you? They surrounded you. They came from behind different trees.
Right.
Were
they 5 different directions.
Were they already there waiting, or did you let them get to jump on you like that?
Yeah, they should have known better. Like, how you sneaking on someone and then you be the sneaker, or this, I don't know, whatever the word is. The sneaker becomes the sneaky, or the sneaky becomes the sneaker. I don't know, but it was foolish. It was foolish.
The sneaker becomes a sneaky.
Yeah. Crazy.
It is crazy.
All right, so if you guys would like to be part of the podcast, hit us up, dead@theverdictsin.com. Of course, we don't know at this time when we'll be back with the Walking Dead series, because we don't know when episode 16, will come out, or when the new spinoff show will come out, because I'm actually pretty excited about the kid one.
Yeah.
And then we are not doing Fear. We gave Fear a good run. We did Fear for three seasons, four seasons maybe.
Fear was good for a while.
Fear was good. It was really good. But I do plan on trying to catch up though, just to watch. You
have to catch up.
All right.
See if it got better. I think who was the last? The last villain probably did it for us.
Yeah.
It probably was like, man, I can't watch this anymore.
That's what threw me over. That villain. You have a bad villain, it can hurt the whole show. But all right, so hit us up though. Keep watching our Facebook page or our Twitter page or wherever you find us, our website, because we are planning on doing other content, and especially on the Verdicts In feed. So just continue watching that. All right, so we have an email today from Chantel. She wrote, hey y'all, hey. I think this week's
Chantel.
episode, hey Chantel, I think this week's episode was a good finale of sorts. It is really obvious that it was setting the stage for a big season finish, but they can't control how this had to be rolled out. The planned finale wasn't in the can when everyone was told to quarantine, so they had to go with what they had. Shrugs. Keeping that in mind, this was a lucky stopping point. The size of that horde, honey yikes. Okay. She said, Her Royal Highness Princess Juanita Sanchez. At first, I didn't know what to think of her. It was pretty clear that from first glance last week, she was kind of nuts. I was really worried she would be garbage people nuts, but when the episode opened and she introduced herself, I was intrigued. She is quirky, but her story makes sense. As much as I craze a few moments of solitude, Lord only knows what I'd be like if I hadn't seen people in a year. In the middle of apocalypse. Now, when Mrs. Ma'am led them through the minefield, I started to wonder about her again. When she explained that her actions were purely due to loneliness and a desire for human interaction and warmth, she stole my heart. When she hugged Yumiko, okay, I've been saying Miko, so Yumiko, and she invited Princess to join the group, I felt the feels. This character is going to be a fan favorite for sure. Side note, those bikes. I cackled. I think a few seasons back, you all talked about a lack of bikes in the ZA. It's likely they heard you. LOL.
Yeah.
It's about time. I don't see how there hasn't been bikes, skateboards. I mean, just stuff that doesn't require scooters. What else? We saw skates, only one episode. Like, come on, that stuff should be like, we should see everybody riding around. Not even
everybody skating.
Like, also not only that, just in the community itself. You know,
everybody go to glide.
Yeah, you should see people. I mean,
down the street.
To me, that would look really cool. Like when someone's going from one house to the next house, like you should see them on a skateboard or something. But all right, Negan and Lydia. This is a relationship that I have been excited to see develop. Negan has truly evolved and can be the parental figure that Lydia craves and needs. While I'll never forgive him for what he did, do not get me started on that fuckery, it is clear that he has done his best to change. He is like a mother hen the way he hovered over in the backyard and observed Judith and Lydia. He knew exactly what Lydia needed, and he was willing to stand there and take the abuse. I think this was as much to help Lydia begin to heal as it was to allow himself to forgive himself for all he's done. He is different. That's not a bad thing, although I do feel some type of way for being made to care about him in any way, shape, or form. Damn writers and their voodoo magic. Does Lydia know that he killed her mother to stop her from killing her? Also, wow, Lydia, most of us wish you died too. That was harsh.
I kind of get what Chantel's saying. But then again, I don't know if Negan's a changed person because he wanted to change or he didn't have a choice. You know, that's like someone telling you sorry because they got caught. Like if I wouldn't have caught you, would you still be doing the things you were doing, or still be doing all the fuckery? Now that you're caught, you don't have a choice but to sit there in your cell or whatever, or have a choice but to deal with us. Are you changing for that reason, or are you really a changed person? Like the first opportunity you get to go back to doing some fuckery, are you going to do it? And I wouldn't include the thing with Alpha. I wouldn't include that in there because that was just a weird shit. It was weird. Like if it wasn't as weird as it was, I think Negan probably been a part of it.
I kind of agree with you, but sort of don't. And I kind of see what Chantel is saying as far as being that, that support, that parental figure, because Daryl was sort of at first, but he's kind of off doing his thing. So Negan did start getting closer to Lydia because they were both kind of looked at as the outsiders. But as far as Negan changing, I don't have a problem with someone, and we kind of discussed this, I don't have a problem with someone changing for quote unquote the wrong reasons. Because technically I feel like that's how everyone changes. That's how you learn and that's how you grow. Kids, when you're a kid and you see a kid and they take candy or they have a tantrum, they only change because you tell them, hey, that's not cool, that's not okay. And they go, okay. But that's how you see adults who still act like kids because no one ever told them what you're doing is wrong, or no one's ever stopped them and said stop. Okay, but
your key word was kids. You telling the kid that's wrong. Negan was a grown man. He was a grown man doing the stuff he was doing, killing people, taking from people. They call themselves saviors, but they were takers.
Yes, but what I'm saying, my point is that everything you do, even as adults, you've apologized as an adult, right? And it's because you made a mistake.
I never apologized. I never apologized for nothing.
Okay, great. So, and you apologize because someone had to tell you, hey, what you did hurt me. What you did was wrong. You know what? My bad. And that goes with even adults. The same example.
I'm sorry you felt that way.
The same example I'm using for, as I just mentioned, for kids can be used as adults. Because what do people say in like toxic relationships? Oh, girl, well, you can only get away with what you let them get away with. And so people only change when you make them change. So it doesn't, to me, long story short, it doesn't matter what his reasons were for changing. He is changed. Now, in the zombie apocalypse, is a little bit different than it is in the real world. And maybe we've talked, like, you know, not we necessarily on the show, I don't think, but in society, how we view punishment, and especially in the United States, is highly discussed, because it's like, well, is jails supposed to be for rehab and rehabilitation, or is it just punishment and just put them in there forever? So we say we want people to change and learn and grow, but then we don't give them the opportunity to do so.
Well, everybody knows jail is for profit.
Well, yes, but that's my whole point. So like, so as long as he doesn't get out of jail and go back to his old ways, I'm okay with him being changed and growing, because at least now he can be a citizen, a good person that can help the community. Yeah, some people forgive him? No, there's gonna be people that can't forgive him, like Maggie. But yeah, I'm at this point, I think I'm okay with him changing, because you want people to grow.
All right.
Okay.
I get what you're saying, but just think about it like this. Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago, Lydia would have been forced to be his wife.
I know. And at the same time, I mean, who knows? Another episode, I might be like, some people don't deserve a second chance. And I'm still with that. I mean, I still feel that way in some ways also. Like Maggie, you know, if Maggie comes back and goes, fuck Negan, I want to kill him, I see what she means. She might not care that he's changed, because what he did hurt too much. There's nothing you can do that can change that. So I don't know. It's a complicated situation, and everyone's going to feel differently. I guess it all depends on the people at the community. Can they live with Negan? If they feel yes, they can live with Negan, then let him live there. All right. Daryl and Judith. She goes, I love this little relationship and I love Judith, but she needs to learn how to listen to adults when they tell her things. Daryl said, go back. She should have carried her ass back. I understand that children aren't really children in the apocalypse, but still. Judith's reaction as she talked about leaving the lady's body in the ditch. What if someone they loved was left behind in a ditch? The tears, the quivering chin. Kaylee Fleming is so good. I kept wanting her to tell Daryl that her mom went on a mission to find her dad, not just to help other people. I understand her fear that might be to go after her, but still, sometimes the secrets people keep on this show work my last nerves. I agree. And I agree with her not listening. She was like, when Daryl was like, go back, she's like, no. I'm like, wait, what? Like, okay.
I don't agree with her being out there in the first place.
I didn't either. She mentioned something about Pastor Gabriel knew she was out there or something. I don't know. It was weird. She said something about Pastor Gabriel.
I think it's so weird she was there, because the danger is real.
Right.
They know it's real. Mm-hmm. So why bring a kid? Why didn't Pastor Gabriel bring his scary ass out?
Right. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and go with Daryl.
Go on, girl. Go on and play out there. Find some walkers. All right. And then she continues. She goes, these damn whispers. Sweet Jesus, please let it be over at the end of this season whenever it happens. How in the hell did Beta round up all those walkers? How much time has passed since Alpha was killed? He gathered the horde to end all hordes. How many whispers are there? No way he did it all by himself. Did you guys notice his accent? He sounds like Alpha all of a sudden. That weird antebellum southern drawl. Also, did you guys see the Black Whisperer? Yes. Yes, we did. I almost choked my line when I saw that brother standing with Beta. There goes our theory. No, that does not go our theory. That's some bullshit that he was there. She said, I guess some of us would join a group like that if we had to. No, we wouldn't. Oh, me and Chantel be on the same page so much. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired of these damn whispers. That's why they don't even care enough about them for them to make my dislike list or my like list. It's just bullshit, and I'm tired of them. Like, I felt like Alden.
I'm tired of Beta doing all kind of dance moves in the middle of them, and nobody biting his ass.
Had his hands all out. Feast. Like, what the fuck, Beta? Get out of here.
Like the last scene, the last shot, when he
Yeah.
was walking up there, he raised his hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Man, somebody would have bit his hands off a couple years back.
Right.
Season
would've noticed that
one
hand.
walker would have grabbed his hand and put him in
Right.
put his hand behind his back, put him in a figure four or something. Did some damage to him.
But I do feel like Alton, like when he was like, I thought when Beta died, this would be over. That's what I feel like. I thought when
With
Beta
Alpha,
died, Alpha died, this would be over. So, all right, a few other thoughts she has. One, I appreciate Eugene reminding everyone about the lies he told to stay alive at the beginning. Human Genome Project.
You remind everybody.
Best.
You know, he said in the group of 3.
Yeah. The writers were smart to do that. It helped soften the blow of what was initially viewed as a betrayal. I didn't view it as a betrayal, and I never need to be reminded about Eugene's sneaky ways. I mean, he didn't even have to go that far back. He was just with the Saviors. He had just betrayed our group not too long ago. So we didn't even have to go back to the beginning for his lies and betrayal. So
We gotta go back a couple of episodes.
yeah, we don't go back. Come on, he just betrayed Rosita. You know,
Rosita thirsty ass.
All right, 2. If the walkie-talkies aren't working, how's Michonne going to keep in touch with Judith and RJ? When she told Judith she checked the walkie every morning at dawn, I thought about how Rick started doing that for Morgan in the beginning, and then everything fell off. Looks like this is going to fall off even faster than that promise did, and that sucks because she left her kids. Yeah. I don't know.
Left her kids for some man.
Right.
Left her family. Look, a man came and took her from her family. Crazy.
Hopefully they had a sign that no one else would notice, that, you know, like some type of signal like on the trees that Morgan was doing or something, but then people would notice. I don't know what they're going to do. So, all right, 3. Dog. We finally get to see Dog again. Glad they didn't leave him at Alexandria to die. I honestly thought they forgot he even existed. Well, I did, because I was like, whose dog is that? 5. Did you see the sneak peek of the finale? Maggie Ray is back, y'all. I'm here for it. She has some explaining to do, and I can't wait to see her reaction to Negan. This could be good. No, I didn't see the sneak peek. That's exciting, though.
That is.
I'll have to watch it. I'm glad she's back. Maybe she's the one that's going to, you know, be there right on time to save Alton and them.
Ooh.
You know?
No, maybe she's going to be the one that probably
Alton.
kill Negan, see the finale.
Oh, yeah. She might just see Negan and kill him, and everyone like, oh, man, just when they made Negan right. At least he died a good guy. You know, bullshit.
He didn't.
Yeah. 6. How did Beta know they were where they were? Did those cats play a role in tipping him off? What did I miss? And yeah, that's what Gary was saying. And yeah, watching it again, it did look like maybe he followed the cat.
Yeah, he followed the cat.
Follow the cat.
Well, you know, if the cat was healthy, it's going somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It has somewhere to eat. So.
Yeah. Well, there's some stray cats. There's people.
And then she goes, okay, I'm stopping here. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the finale coverage whenever that happens. Also, big ups on the Romantics movie pod you did on the Verdicts In feed. That was a fun listen while I made dinner. Keep it up. I, for one, love seeing your pods in my feed. Thank you. She said, be safe, everyone. We'll come out of this much stronger on the other side. And then she has one more message. Okay, a few more questions, actually, she has. Did Oceanside merge with Hilltop, Alexandria Kingdom people at the hospital?
Yeah.
It looked like it. Because
everyone was there.
Luke went to Oceanside, and he was there, and you could tell he was all kind of hugged up on that girl that he went to go see. So he definitely made that happen as a couple. And then 2, they made a point of showing Luke on the stretcher 2 weeks ago. Now he's okay, fully recovered. Why show him like that just to never address his battle injury or recovery from it? Well, remember when we were like, who was that? I think it was Aaron when he was cussing out Negan. But we don't think it looked like Luke. It was a Luke lookalike, but we don't believe that was Luke. Remember, because we got a closer look at it.
I think it was Luke. I think he lost his legs. That's why you just stand up. That's why he didn't stand up in the hospital.
He just stood up right now when he was like, I need someone to go on a mission for me. And that's where Carol went. Whatever.
Oh, he stood up?
Yeah, he stood up.
Oh, man. When I saw him sit down, I'm like, poor Luke.
It looked like Luke lost some weight, though. He still has his little blazer on. Now he's wearing his little ponytail, but.
Nah, right. Blazer look how big and stuff.
Blazer going to be swimming on him pretty soon. All right. Where's Rosita? Her injury looked bad last week, like internal injury bad. They didn't show Rosita, Pastor Gabriel. They didn't show a lot of people. Walking Dead be trying to be cheap and stuff. They'll have a whole bunch of extras on there. Yeah,
they do. They get like that sometimes.
They don't want to pay cheapos.
Like a couple of episodes, you just don't see people, but they be in the same room.
Yeah, in the same room.
But Walking Dead just don't show them.
Mm-hmm. They should at least show them in the background and different stuff.
And then the next episode they come back on, you gonna see Rosita sitting there. She can sit right next to Luke.
Yeah, or even
like she's been there the whole time.
If they don't want to pay the big dollars, they can even have like fill-ins that look like them. Like maybe we just see the back of them, or just different things that make it seem like, oh, we still see them.
Stop it.
All right, she said,
little dummy sitting in the chair.
She said, is Kelly bit? She had a bandage on her neck and was having a healing conversation with Carol. Are we going to get some messed up reveal in the finale? I saw that bandage too. I said, what the hell? Did Kelly get a neck tattoo? That's what I was thinking. I don't know. I'm trying to think, when did she, I don't know. I did see it and I did question it, but since she was okay.
I think that happened during the fight.
Yeah. I've seen some memes. I think you sent me one where it was like people who aren't, it was about the coronavirus, like people who aren't testing or who aren't staying home are the same people that will hide a bite, or what was it? Do you know what I'm talking
about? That people that's complaining about staying home are the same people that will hide a bite.
Yeah, hide a zombie bite.
In a zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. She's okay. I swear that's it. No, thank you, Chantel, so much. We appreciate hearing from you all season long. You've been keeping this podcast going. And everyone else who wrote in this season, we so much appreciate it, you guys.
Yes,
without your comments, I don't even, we only have half a podcast, and you always have stuff that we didn't even think to discuss. So it's very much appreciated. So yeah, we will be back. There was talks, at the beginning of the season. I was telling Gary I'm tired of this bullshit. But as always, you start talking about The Walking Dead, you have fun talking about it. So I think we're going to continue this road and see where it leads us. Hopefully they only do one or two. I would just like them to announce that this is the final season. Like, just announce one day. Next season, this is the final season. Just do it. Do it. So
I don't.
I do.
I just don't want them to announce the wrong stuff.
Yeah, stop announcing big losses. Okay, next week, Carol's last episode. Like, why? Why do you guys keep doing? They did it with Michonne. I was mad they did it with Rick. Yeah. Carl came as a surprise. I didn't hear about that.
Right.
Which is why I sometimes, there's different, you might want to have podcasts for different reasons. I know there's some podcasts that go deep into the comics or deep into, what they're reading. But I kind of want to be surprised. So I try not to read too much because I don't want to know more than what I should know. I don't want to be hearing about Michonne only has 5 more episodes left or all that. I just don't want to hear that stuff because I like to be surprised. So. All right, well, that is all we got, you guys. Oh, duh. We didn't do I Am Fair and Shit Most Likely Die. We won't have to do Most Likely Die, but I Am Fair and Shit this episode. Who do you got, Gary?
I have Princess. I'll take Princess. Especially when she handed her gun over.
Yeah, I was mad at that one. I'm like, okay, that's stupid.
Yeah. What's that, Miko?
Yeah.
Miko's like, hand over your gun.
Yeah, I'm like,
why the hell would I hand over my gun?
Right.
I don't know you. It's 3 of you.
Because they could have just easily killed her.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to keep my gun, and I'm still going to follow you. What are you going to do about it? Like, I'm the one with the gun. You guys don't have a gun. I'm going to go with you guys. So, either like it or don't like it. Or just sneak behind him and follow him or whatever. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Princess as well. She's the real one. And, I don't know. Do you want to do Most Likely to Die? Since there is a episode 16 eventually.
Yeah.
All right.
I have 2 people.
Okay, 2 deaths. Well, go ahead.
Negan. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Beta.
All right. I am going to
Luke.
say I might get 4 deaths then. We're going to do a big season finale. I'm going to go Negan, Beta, Carol, Kelly.
You're going too far now.
Yeah, and they got to do it big. You know them. They're going to try to up it every season. So they got to do some big deaths.
I don't think Kelly would be a big death. But I don't think it's her time either.
It'd be sad because she dies and then they did that with Maggie already. I was like, she dies and then her sister comes like moments later. But it's like, oh, that was already done.
Yeah.
But they'll do it again. They'll think we forgot. It's been a few years.
It worked before.
It worked before. I remember people were so sad about, what's that little girl's death? Beth? I want to say her name was Beth.
I think it was Beth.
Yeah, and I was just like, really? Like, it was
You
sad,
was.
but
You
it
were
was
like,
like,
really? Yeah, you was sad. I was
just-
sad.
I was like, okay, I guess so. Maggie was crying mad hard, so I was like, all
She
right.
did her job. That's what they call for her to cry mad hard.
Mad hard, yep. All right, you guys, we will be back soon. And until then, everyone stay safe, and we'll talk to you later. I'm Nicole.
I'm Gary.
Bye.